Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel, Fantasy Lorenzo.
Wait, what did you say?
Fantasy Lorenzo.
Have a good one.
You guys better subscribe and watch my friend on his YouTube channel. He is kicking ass.
What's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here, just to bring a quick video talking about Wynonna Earp Season 3, and just how much I love this show. So yeah, my consistency with doing videos on Wynonna over the past couple of years has been pretty sparse, and I want to greatly apologize for that. Because it's been like a up and down period for me. Not how much I like the show or how good I see it. I see it as being, but more so just kind of me, because I have a bad habit of watching a lot of shows at once. Both ones are airing week to week, and shows I watch on my free time. So unfortunately, a lot of times Wynonna Earp would get lost in the shuffle, which is unfortunate. Then I'd catch up, and I'd fall behind again. Then I'd catch up a little bit more. You get the pattern. But I finally caught up on Season 3 again, and I will be reviewing every other episode that airs this season, at least as close to on time as I can get with my work. And I gotta say, I am just really loving Season 3. I think it's the best they've done so far. I did review the premiere of Season 3, and also talked about the Season 4 renewal, which is great. It's great that the show has such a small but an even greater passion from the fans it does have, and that's kept the show afloat, as the network said, and as the cast and crew have said. But yeah, Wynonna, I still think it's a great show. Actually, I really enjoy this. I think it's just gotten better and better and more consistent with its humor, its action, fights, and just it seems like it's just really just fits the characters like a glove, in terms of understanding them, really how the fans see it, what they want, and they've done some they do some pretty good character work here and there, like what it did with Dolls this season, which I was surprised by. And of course, I believe it was in the second episode of the third season. Me up when you call my name. That was a surprisingly very emotional moment, and then its follow-up. A good handful of times on the show has had surprisingly emotional, serious moments, and I think this season again is a prime example of it. Sort of nailing all its facets. It was sad to see Dolls go, especially happening in the second episode. Definitely took fans off guard. But I do think in any show you sort of need deaths like this eventually to sort of just remind you what kind of world, whichever show it is in. So I think it's a case of that. Not just simply killing him off to kill him off. I think it carried a purpose, and it's definitely affected all the characters going forward, especially Wynonna, even Doc. And Melanie Scrofano, I can't say enough good about her. She is just excellent. She's almost like, you could say, like a Jessica Jones in the way she, carries herself and stuff like that. But she perhaps puts up a better front. She has a lot of damage behind her. Yeah, maybe she still has more life in her than Jessica does. I don't know. Let's not compare characters there, but just in general, Melanie Scrofano, she just knows every side to the character, from her wit, her, sass, or just, obviously toughness and everything like that. To the little nooks and crannies and layers to the character that obviously make her who she is. And just as the show has gone on, just her and, the rest of the cast, they feel like more and more genuine characters. And I also have really been enjoying the, Waverly and, of course, Officer, Nicole relationship. I think that's, really been great. Of course, it has big support from the fans, and so they've made it a more active part of the show, which I think is the right call. I really hope the relationship drama is done with that, though, because that's something I'm a little bit annoyed about with the show. Just it's sort of back and forth with Wynonna and Doc all the time. I feel like it's been a bit too flip-floppy throughout the 3 seasons. And the whole vampire thing with Doc going on right now, I don't mind. I think it's working all right now. But, I feel like the issues from them has just kind of come up a little bit too often. It's just more frustrating to me than anything. But it's not, I'm complaining about like it's a big issue. It's not. It's just, something I thought of. But it's every episode of the show this season I've enjoyed. Also, the current villain, Wilshire. I think I pronounced his name right. Excuse me if I got it wrong, but I actually really like him as a villain so far. There's not a whole lot to him yet. He's just tied to a lot of old history again, with, at our Purgatory, and of course, kind of the lore of the show and stuff, which is fine. But I do like the presence they have him give off, though, and just sort of that ominous, sort of dark, threat and stuff like that. And the guy that plays him, looks creepy enough, too. So I think he's working, and, of course, Dahl's sacrificing himself to destroy one of the men who turns out to be tied to Nicole's experience as a child. I think makes it all the more important. In terms of my favorite episodes this season, I already talked about, episode 2, When You Call My Name. And I also thought the episode 5, Jolene, was, quite a bit of fun. This whole scenario was hilarious. The characters keep being thrown off and sort of wrapped in her in her web. Not literally, but she makes all these baked goods, and it's basically to keep them, sort of very, very passive with her. And then the look of her when you actually see her true form, it looked, pretty cool. And also I gotta talk about Michelle, the Earp mother that we finally get to meet. And at first I was disappointed that wasn't someone like Lucy Lawless, because I swear I seen a post before, or like a tweet, that Lucy Lawless would have actually been interested in playing, Wynonna's mother. Or at least, the girl's mother, I mean. So it's a shame, okay, if she was actually going to do it, then why didn't you get Lucy Lawless? That would have just worked so well, but, credit to who they chose. I think it's worked increasingly well. At first, I felt, I felt like just how crazy she was a bit much, and I don't think the actress has quite the presence that someone like Lucy Lawless would have, now that everyone does anyway. But, just as she's, sort of done away with what she was seeing with Waverly and everything, and sort of become a more regular part of it, I think it's worked, and I think the dialogue and the, interactions between her and Wynonna and her and Waverly have helped, and it's, it feels pretty natural now, so I don't really have an issue with that anymore. And then there's also Wynonna's current, kind of love interest, I guess. I actually forget his name, but the, fireman, I think, or the paramedic guy. I forget what he is exactly. I think he's a fine actor. I've seen him on, he was on the latest season of Slasher on Netflix. Not a bad actor, but again, sometimes I feel like they force in these love issues or things with Wynonna. And we know her and Doc are gonna get back together. Come on. So it feels like just sort of maybe not a waste of time, but a bit like padding it out maybe on that end. And again, I feel like I've done too much complaining in this video, because I've just really loved this season of Wynonna. I also really liked of course, the Christmas episode, episode 6. This show just knows how to have a lot of fun, yet still make you invest increasingly in these characters. And of course, I liked I Fall to Pieces, which was sort of like a Wynonna and Nicole Haught episode, them being stranded, and stuck together and trying to get back in time to save everyone. I thought it was really enjoyable because they're just such polar opposites in terms of their personality and presence and stuff like that. And just their mannerisms from both Melanie Scarfano and Catherine Barrell. They have really good chemistry together, and the whole cast does. And like when they're just annoying each other purposely over and over, and just casually point the Peacemaker the gun at her, and at least when they're walking through the woods, something as simple as that was really, really entertaining. But yeah, and then episode 8 again, good. Like I said, I'm really going to commit to talking more about Wynonna Earp on this channel. I did make it a little part of my cover photo on my channel, so I'm really going to try and make it more of a regular week-to-week video that I do for the show. I'm really going to try and review every episode of it going forward. That's what I'm going to promise, as on time as I can get anyway. Because it's really just one of the most consistently entertaining and impressive shows, and I think it deserves a lot of credit. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about season 3 of Wynonna Earp so far. Is it your favorite as well? Who's your favorite character? Maybe Wynonna. Come on. So let me know you guys thought about this video. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.